what's in it.
I have no idea. I might open it and smell it.
That's risky.
Ooh, what is that?
I don't know. We saw this house driving down the highway. It's right on the main road. Look at that bay window there. I always love those like that. Door's wide open. I see a piano right there. Look at that old computer. Might have to walk up and take a look at this one. Well, there's that piano. Look at this old dresser, Faith.
Oh man, I always wanted one of those.
Yep. $19.97 on the floor right there. It's got this old textured carpet. There's a phone book. You don't see these much anymore. Let's see what year. It's 2008 phone book. Another warm morning heater. There was one in the house the other day that I saw like that. Animals have been in here quite a bit. Ceiling's rotten. This looks just like a refrigerator that my parents had. It lasted forever. Finally got rid of it just a couple of years ago. Oh goodness. Yeah, it looks like it's been gone through pretty well. This little porch here. Built-in cabinets. There's the bathroom. Yep, they have a little shower stall there. Not really a whole lot in this house. Had that old laminate flooring that would buckle. My parents bought some of that laminate flooring, and anywhere, just any moisture got on it at all, just a piece of ice on the floor or something, it would swell. Look at this old dresser here. That's different. I've never seen one styled like that before. This carpet brings back a lot of memories. My grandmother had carpet like this when I was growing up. And there's the bed. I love the old wood trim in these houses. Well, back around to the entryway. A small little house. Not much to see, but it was still neat. There's that piano, Wellington.
Is this a heater?
Packard Bell. Yep, that's a heater in there. They got a beautiful setup here. Or had a beautiful setup at one time. I bet this was an amazing place. And there's the garage right there. What are you doing over there?
Found a little cellar.
You in the cellars. It's hard for me to keep her out of those.
It's in decent shape. There's like a big workbench down in here. It's a Bud Light beer can.
It's an old jug. There's always a Bud Light beer can.
Yep.
Yep. There's a look down in there. You see they've put some plates on there to try to hold that wall up. Wonder what's in it.
I have no idea. I might open it and smell it.
That's risky.
Ooh,
Do you regret doing that?
what is that?
I don't know.
Oh. That was bad.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
Alright, well somebody's put some new wood over the side right there. Alright, let's go see what else we can find. Unless you find any more bottles you want to check out. We're coming into the town right now of Auburn, Nebraska. It's kind of in the southeast corner of the state. There's the sign. It's a pretty nice town. They keep this town up really well. They've got a lot to do. There's a wellness center here with the gym and exercise stuff. We've been there a few times. There's Dairy Sweet. Got the crew with me. It's Al, back with Jamie and Faith.
I'm guys.
Yep. So this is the county seat of Nehawka County. There's their courthouse. I apologize up front about the wind. And this is an old picture of the courthouse. I think it was 1915. Right across the street is this old church. Here's a historical photo we found of this church as well. And if you pay attention on the right side, you can see that house is still here. In my Iowa video, I went and I bought an engine for that town car right there. It's got 120,000 miles on it. I think they used the wrong motor oil, the chain tensioners. You have to use the right motor oil on there. I had an engine mess up due to that years ago, but we bought an engine that had 111,000 miles on it and put it in there. We've been enjoying driving that car. I gave $1,500 for it and $650 for the engine and put it in ourselves, so definitely a good deal. It's another old building. Look at the detail work on this. So this is the old town of Calvert, and Sheridan was north of here. The towns were very close together, and I think it was 1882 they decided to merge the two towns into one. That way they could take the county seat away from Brownville. So you'll still see the names of Calvert and Sheridan if you're riding around Auburn. You'll see them, different businesses and different signs. And there's the courthouse. I like the one in Tecumseh a little better, but this one's beautiful as well. I think the streets here were done sometime in the teens. All these cobblestones. There's a better angle of that church. This is the north side of the square. I'm wondering if they had a fire or something years ago. I'll have to research it a little bit. There's no old buildings on that side. I saw this little sign. Most people probably don't even notice it. Down at the bottom of this lamp. It says 1897 to 97. Harold Smith. Pioneer, Nehawka County farmer, and hybrid seed corn producer. This is now the Nehawka Valley Museum. They have some pretty interesting things in here. That is the first street light that they had in Auburn. That's pretty neat. Sorry about the reflection there.
Central Avenue, J Street.
Auburn's first stoplight. Let's see what kind of car they got in here. Oh.
Definitely looks like Walton's era.
Yeah. Look at that. It's in good condition, too. Mm-hmm. Then here's an old Chevrolet right here. Oh, that was a fire truck.
They have the old, like,
look at that.
Fireman jackets or whatever.
Yep. Turnouts. My dad would have liked to seen this. He was a firefighter.
Looks like old fire extinguishers on the...
He retired from City of Memphis Fire Department after 25 years.
I wonder what this is, Al.
Not sure. It's neat. And look at that. Antique hearse. I bet that has gone over this cobblestone road more than once. Look at that. Old wagon. Sorry about this glare. I'm trying to block it as much as I can. It's pretty neat. Look at this. Got a dual leaf spring suspension. was noticing this building across the street. I'm not seeing a date on it anywhere. So it's kind of washing the film out a little bit. I noticed the letters on the building right here. International Organization of Odd Fellows. I think that's what that stood for. A lot of the towns have those old buildings in it. Nehawka Valley Museum. So there's another museum there. Hopefully we can find some old pictures of that one as well. Yeah, that's the south end of the that's the south side of the square. It's the south side of the square. I'm going to pan down it, and then we're going to get in the car. Since this was made out of two towns, they have two Main Street areas. The other one is a lot more elaborate and has more buildings than this one. This is the Avenue Hotel, and now I believe they've just turned it into apartments. Doesn't look like they're maintaining it the best either. Got a lot of old houses in town. This was one of the first towns I looked at when I was going to move to Nebraska. I thought that I was going to have to be close to Omaha because I just didn't think there'd be enough work. I was used to the way it was in Mississippi, but actually I would have been just fine in these little small towns. There's plenty of work. People are always looking for somebody to do something. This is the old high school. They're using that now. I think it's administrative building. We're coming into their downtown. This part of town used to be Sheridan. Very, very safe town. Good schools as well. It's more laid back than being closer to Omaha. It has more of a small town country feel, of course. There's the State Theater. Well, there's the old State Theater. It's still operational, as you can see on the marquee out here, Kung Fu Panda 4, current movie. And then there is an old bank. It says Nehawka County Bank, 1901. Beautiful day, 68 degrees. We've had some bad cold weather, but hasn't been too bad this year, not compared to most. So this is Aunt Pearl's Antiques. I've never noticed that sign before because there's nothing, the old sign's messed up on the building. They have a old sleigh. Look at that. It's a big sleigh. It's hard to see with the glare. Somebody's got some music going. Yeah, they got a lot of old stuff in here, huh? I guess that's what antique stores do, right? Wouldn't be an antique store if it didn't have a lot of old stuff in there, would it, Faith?
Exactly. That's cool.
Yeah. You can see in the old pictures, if you notice the old pictures that I showed, they had awnings. And this is where the awnings would have hooked to the building.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, those right there would have held the awnings up. That's neat, isn't it, Faith? Yeah. They're shadows. That's what I say all the time. That, you know, things aren't like they used to be. It's just shadows of the past that we see all around us. They have a lot of these bees around Auburn. Each one of them has a different theme. That's obviously a patriotic
Be
theme.
free.
Be Free is the name of that one. Yep. Legion Memorial Park. National Register of Historic Places. I wonder when this was established. Y'all check out that old tank. I'm not sure what kind of tank that is.
It's The Army tank.
Oh, wow. Army tank. I'm glad we bought a military expert with us. I'm not sure if it's a Sherman tank or what. My dad could have told me. Yep, we got a really nice park here. Nehawka County Veterans Memorial. And you can see they have area dedicated to the veterans, fought and died. My great-granddaddy fought in World War II, so did my granddad. And then one of my granddads fought in Korea.
I looked down and saw it. It almost looked like a big leg
It
bone
did
of some sort.
from a distance, yeah. Yeah, and they have an amphitheater right there. You ought to see this place on 4th of July. Everywhere that there's a mark on the sidewalk, they have flags. They have, I don't remember how many. It's like 1,000 flags here or something. What'd you say this is?
It's a lily pond.
A lily pond. Thought it was interesting. She found a plaque telling about it. Thought y'all'd be interested in it. Kind of neat.
It says it was constructed in 1930 using a steam engine flywheel belonging to Western Public Service Company, the electrical supplier to the city of Auburn at the time. The pond was restored in 2004 to 2005 as an Eagle Scout project.
So 1930, using a steam engine flywheel. So that's a flywheel from a steam engine. I'd like to see the engine. You know it was big. Look at the old newspaper building. Bet that's old. And something you don't see every day. Faith, look at that.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
They don't have many of these anymore.
Uh-huh.
Where's it works?
It's buzzing.
Let me
Let me see. Oh my gosh,
see.
it works.
There it is.
That's cool.
Yep. That's awesome. So when I was a kid, when I would have to get mom and dad to come pick me up, we would call, you call collect, and they would say, they'd say, who's calling? And you would say, I'm ready to be picked up. So then the operator would ring my mother, and they'd say, do you accept a phone call from, I'm ready to be picked up? And she would say no. That way it wouldn't charge her anything. And she would come and pick me up.
That's smart. Wow.
That's slick, isn't it? There's still places that Superman can get into uniform. You know what I mean, Faye?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Christopher Reeves too, not these new ones. It's kind of the north side of the road there. Old buildings. On the south side, there's some really beautiful buildings. I think between the wind noise and the road noise, it's going to be kind of tough. We're going to cross the street. Kind of getting in the shade up here. If I can get a good shot. Nice hardware store. I've been in there a few times. That building was 1890. Beautiful building. I bet it had a gable right there at the top. I bet that had a peak on it at one time. Some of these buildings, I'll show you, they've lost their tops. I've always loved that one on the corner. I'll get a better angle of that one in just a minute. This was an old bank. It was one of the most elaborate buildings in Auburn. If you look at the before picture, you can see, if you look real close, you can see this railing, that old handrail right there, it's there. It's the same one. You can tell how old that is. That's the handrail, Faith, up there that I was talking about. Yep, you can see it if you look real close at our old pictures. You can see it. Yep, this is original.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you see how the supports for it go right into the stone there? That's pretty neat. There's a business door down there. Yeah, a lot of these old main streets, they had downstairs businesses as well. There's that building one more time across the street. And we're going to have to hike back down the road to our car. And then we're going to go see what else we can find. There's a lot of really nice homes here in Auburn. There's some that's not so nice, but it definitely does not have a rundown feel. The town is very well maintained. Got a lot of these old square farmhouses here in town. And here's the post office in Auburn. This building, I believe, Franklin Roosevelt program to get America working again is what funded and built this post office. I hate that they're letting the woodwork go like that. Yep, 1930s. Pause that and read it if you'd like to. Here's another old church in Auburn. I'm not sure the exact date of this church. If you notice at the top, they've taken the clocks out. It used to have clocks, and you can see where they filled the brickwork in. It still goes off every day. We're gonna get it here in a second. Here's the old photograph we found. I believe it's from around 1910. You can see it's changed a little bit over the years, but not that much. Look at that vulture sitting on the top up there. Just notice that. Hopefully he's not building a nest in that tower somewhere. Maybe he found a way to get in. I wasn't able to film these while the sun was out. But this is an old building. I think they said it was built in 1910. But look at that GMC truck right there. I'm not sure the year of this. Y'all, I didn't grow up around all the classics. My dad was a firefighter, and I liked working on cars some when I was in my teens, but they weren't old cars. Not like this, but I've really gotten to where I appreciate them a lot more, and I just absolutely love them. There's another view from the side. So much better filming right now because the sun coming off this glass earlier made it impossible. I'm not sure what kind of car that is. Don't know if he's going to sell these cars or what. There's, well, not a sell sign out here, so it's probably just a personal collection. And then they have a Bel Air right here. A buddy of mine had a 57 Bel Air, the 2-post, and he lived out in Las Vegas while I was visiting him. He got the car out, and we drove it up and down the strip. I'll never forget that. Everybody was taking pictures, and it was just an amazing experience. There's so much more character and styling in these old cars than anything they make now. I also wanted to come back up here and film. There's the street light. Faith, stand up there. I want them to be able to see how big the actual street light was. It's decent size.
Yeah, it is.
In an old picture that I'll show you in this video, you'll be able to see this exact light hanging in an intersection from, I'd say, like the 1940s or maybe even the 30s. Yep. Have a couple of old cars in here as well. Just wanted to give you a better look at them. I know you couldn't see as well with the sunlight shining. And over here is a hearse. Yep. There we go. Camera's focused now. That's a hearse. Antique hearse. Let's see if there's a date on it. It just says serving since 1888, but I'm not sure the exact date of this wagon. I wouldn't doubt. Look how the springs are made on that. I wouldn't doubt it's from the 1800s though. Double leaf springs in the front. Wow. All right.
Crazy that a horse
Horses pulled that around?
pulled that around.
Oh yeah.
That's the only way for it to go anywhere.
Yep.
Is for something to pull it.
And just imagine how many times it's gone around these pavers.
I know.
You know, across these roads here. 1915 is when they said they paved these.
Well, that's going to do it for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Consider sharing with your friends and family to help get our page going. And we will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.